On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Her therapist was a scammer.
Okay. I don't think your question is a good one, Chicago.
Her therapist was like, "Yo, I
question-
think I can keep this one for about it."
Right.
No, but
Six months.
I think
Insurance.
it's problematic. It's problematic to
Ma'am.
think that only mentally
No, ma'am.
unhealthy people go to therapy.
That's not what I'm saying, Kay. What I'm saying is, because I think Q just said that. Your therapist gives you tools. Yes or no?
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
At some point,
Therapy is different for different people. Some people just want.
Don't do that, Kay.
objective
We're talking
person.
general. We're talking general. Don't do that. You do this all the time, Kay. Now you want to do the whole therapy is specific to some people. Some of the times we not talking. We talking general.
Therapy is
in general,
literally
ma'am.
for
In general, ma'am. In general.
Go
It's
ahead.
not-
Yeah.
In general, it's not good for a person to be in therapy for years on end.
All right, come on, y'all. We're gonna move on to this topic real quick. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Lapeef Let's Talk. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Also, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna talk a little bit about therapy. Therapy has its limits. I'm gonna put a little bit of context with this. Therapy has been treated as a cure-all, but it cannot change our environment or material circumstances. Therapy doesn't remove the harm caused by systems or prevent you from experiencing more trauma. Healing work is an empowering step in many people's journey, but we can only heal so much when we are stuck in the same environment. So let's talk about this. Therapy has limits. I'll start with you, Island Girl Q. I see you nodding your head.
I totally agree with that. I feel like therapy is supposed to give you the tools that you as a person, an individual, need to put in place yourself. Therapy, you have to make the actions and the choices to change your life itself. So I totally agree with that. That definition of what therapy is for. It's all based on what are you going to do with it and everything.
Okay, I know we was talking about somebody needs therapy on the panel, so I just thought this might have been great, great to discuss. Chicago, Chicago Rilla. Therapy has its limits, and I put a little bit of context up there. You need to see it again, or you're good. Okay, don't go to sleep either.
No, but here's the thing, though. No. I'm good on that. I'm good on that, JR, because I think.
Okay, well, when it's my turn, put it.
Hold on, yeah. Kay looked like
Kay looked like
Leia, like Star Wars.
I'm just cold.
What is that? Empire
Not
Strikes
Star
Back.
Wars.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out which scene with Princess Leia.
Empire Strikes Back.
Q, real quick. Q, are you a therapist?
No.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. In the group, anybody that's watching this that knows me from the group, I'm a huge advocate for Black men getting therapy. I myself have gone through therapy. And the reason why I advocate for therapy is not always because I think Black men need therapy as a cure-all. Actually, what happened when I went through therapy is the therapist affirmed, like, oh, you kind of already have some mechanisms in place that's kind of walking you through certain things. So I did find it interesting that, you know, when we get into these conversations and Anton opened up about, you know, his situation and how everybody unloaded, like, yo, you need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. And then I said, hey, man, I saw somebody get shot and it ain't bother me. But I've been to therapy. I didn't say I've been to therapy for that. I just said I seen somebody get murdered in cold blood and it didn't bother me. And nobody once said, yo, you okay with that?
I never heard that.
I never
I
heard
said
that.
it. I get it. Ladies, I get it. It's okay. It's not for you. It's not for you to defend yourself. I'm just saying I've been on this platform. Right.
I don't care.
I've been on this
platform. But what episode did you say that?
Nah,
did you say that when
listen. I've been.
No, I wasn't here when it.
I wasn't here either, so it doesn't apply to us.
Ladies.
Hey, I don't think I heard that one either.
None of us heard that.
Oh, y'all bugging.
It was a different conversation. It wasn't.
Yeah, y'all bugging. Wait. Hold on.
It wasn't online, Rilla. It wasn't.
You sure? Because I know I'm
sure. You said it, but it wasn't online.
They run the tape.
Yeah, I think y'all may have to
Run it back.
because no, because we've talked about therapy before, and it may have been before you came up, Kay. And what I've said was,
Me?
you know, yeah, it may have been.
The two shows you were on before I was.
Okay, I was
I'm just
calling
kidding.
in.
But I'm just saying. No.
No, I know,
I'm saying, but I know this is serious.
I got you, but I'm saying because I was calling in before you too, and there have been some serious discussions. No timeout, JR. No timeout. And what I'm saying is, you know, I've said like, yo, I've seen somebody get murdered, and nobody has said like, yo, dang, did you unpack that, or how does that make you feel, so on and so forth. So I don't think therapy necessarily is always the cure all. Sometimes it's affirmation for what you're already doing that's right, but it doesn't hurt for you to go and seek an unbiased opinion in terms of where you are, like a professional that has no dog in the fight, and they're able to assess based on a professional opinion of where you are. Right. But I do think therapy has its limits. I mean, when you hear about people being in therapy for years, that's a red flag. Shouldn't be in therapy for years. It should be for
Why is it a red flag?
Because you should not be in therapy for years. That's almost
but you're looking at therapy as something that only people who are in a bad situation need. You can absolutely be completely mentally healthy and still get therapy and benefit from it. Plenty of people do.
I would push back. I think that at some point you have to do the work.
It's not about.
Ma'am, are you a therapist?
And are you?
No, I'm not. So
then how are you saying that?
Because I've been in therapy. Have you been in therapy?
People.
Wait. I've been in therapy.
So have I.
Okay. So did your therapist recommend to you that you continue therapy for years?
I asked
you a direct question. Yes or no, please.
I mean, there was that recommendation is not. What therapist do you know that's like, hey, I
asked you a direct question. I'm just asking for a yes or no.
Have you actually
did your therapist recommend that you continue therapy for years? Yes or no?
Her therapist was a scammer.
Okay. I don't think your question is a good one, Chicago.
Her therapist was like, yo, I think I can keep this one for about it.
No, but
insurance.
Problematic. It's problematic to think that only mentally unhealthy people go to therapy.
That's not what I'm saying, Kay. What I'm saying is, because I think Q just says that. Your therapist gives you tools. Yes or no?
Oh okay.
At some point,
therapy is different for different people. Some people just want.
Don't do that, Kay. We're talking general. We're talking general. Don't do that. You do this all the time, Kay. Now you want to do the whole therapy is specific to some people. Some of the times we're not talking. We talk in general.
Therapy is literally,
ma'am. In general, ma'am. In general.
Go ahead.
In general, it's not good for a person to be in therapy for years on end.